Okay, now I'm starting with thermodynamics, second lecture, lecture number 2. In the yesterday class, we have studied about the types of process. In the yesterday's class, lecture 1, we have studied about the types of thermodynamic process. Okay, so in the today lecture, we are going to cover zeroth law. In the today's lecture, we are going to cover zeroth law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, and uh, also work done. Okay. So before starting zeroth law, we should start. Okay. So zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay. Zeroth law of the thermodynamics is based upon the temperature. It is the basic concept of the temperature. Okay. So what is temperature is defined based upon this law only. Okay. So according to this, there are three types of equilibrium. There are three types of equilibrium. Okay. So what we study already is just a part of it. Okay. So when we say thermodynamic equilibrium, okay. So first one is called as mechanical equilibrium. First one is mechanical equilibrium. Second one is chemical equilibrium. Third one is thermal equilibrium. Third one is what? Thermal equilibrium. These are the three types of equilibrium are combinedly called as thermodynamic. Okay. So we can understand thermodynamic also includes chemical equilibrium. Thermodynamic also includes chemical equilibrium. Okay. So when we say system already I have given you idea in the previous lecture. Thermodynamic equilibrium. When two system we say as a thermodynamic equilibrium, it means that there are three equilibrium already existing. How many equilibrium already existing? Three equilibrium. See, small word will make a lot of change. It is thermal and thermodynamic. Okay. So, but there is a lot of difference between them. Okay. So, once two systems are in thermodynamic equilibrium, all these already existing. All these equilibriums are already existing. Okay. So, the if I say mechanical equilibrium, that means work not done by the system, work not done on the system. Okay. So, suppose this is system 1, this is system 2. Okay. If they both are in equilibrium with each other, that means there is no flow of gas. There is no flow of the gas. There is no expansion in one of the system. There is no compression in one of the system. Then we say it is they both are in mechanical equilibrium. Okay. They both are in what? Mechanical equilibrium. Where two systems are said to be in mechanical equilibrium when neither of them are doing work, neither one of them work is done. Okay. So that is the first part of the thermodynamic equilibrium. Thermodynamic equilibrium consists of how many equilibrium? Three equilibrium: mechanical, chemical, and thermal equilibrium. So work not done. Okay. Work not done by the system, work not done on one of the system. Okay. So no change in chemical combination or composition. Okay. No change in chemical composition. Okay. No change in chemical composition takes place when both are attached together. When two systems which are in chemical equilibrium, the chemical composition will remain constant. What will remain constant? The chemical composition will remain constant. Okay. So here the why I am telling you about the thermodynamics, this is where we wanted to address. Okay. So thermal equilibrium, when two systems are in thermal equilibrium with each other, that means that they both when they are connected, temperature is constant. What is constant? Temperature is constant. Okay. So work energy is constant, then it is they are called as they are said to be in mechanical equilibrium. When there is no change in chemical composition, then they are said to be in chemical equilibrium. When after connecting, if there is no change in either of the system, then they are called as thermal equilibrium. Okay, so when all the three collectively exist at simultaneously at the same time, then such equilibrium is called as thermodynamic equilibrium. What equilibrium? Thermodynamic equilibrium. Okay. So this is about the thermodynamic equilibrium. Before understanding zeroth law, this topic was required. That's why I have given you explanation about this topic. Okay. So now we are not talking about entire. We are talking about the thermal equilibrium only. Okay. So according to the zeroth law of thermodynamics, according to the zeroth law of thermodynamics, suppose system A and this is system B. Okay, this is system A, this is system B are in thermal equilibrium with system C. Okay, separately, this is in thermal equilibrium, this is in thermal equilibrium. Then they themselves also will be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Then they themselves also will be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. So A to C are thermal equilibrium, B to C also thermal equilibrium. Obviously, A and B also will be internally thermal equilibrium with each other. Okay. If two systems are in thermal equilibrium with each other, if two systems are in thermal equilibrium with each other, then they themselves also will be in thermal equilibrium with each other. Is it understood, students? So when two systems are in thermal equilibrium with the third system separately, then they themselves are also in thermal equilibrium. Okay. So that was a statement. Now after that explanation was given through the temperature. So if these two are in thermal equilibrium, that means TA is equal to TC. So if these two are in thermal equilibrium, that means Tc is equal to Tb. Temperature of system A is equal to temperature of system B, and temperature of system A is equal to temperature of system C. Then what happens? Then temperature of system A and C, A and B also will be equal. Okay, temperature of A and B also will be in equal. Understood? So this is about the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Before this, the introduction was given through the thermodynamic equilibrium. Okay, so this is zeroth law. I think everybody understood now. So try to make a notes by taking pausing the video, okay, and writing the notes. Understood? Let us utilize in a smart way. So after the zeroth law, then we are going to study about the first law of thermodynamics. We are going to study about the first law of thermodynamics. Okay. So first law of thermodynamics says that a statement everybody knows that. But the main problem in the thermodynamics is, especially first law, application part is very typical, very critical. Okay. So energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay. What does first law statement? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay. Nor be destroyed. Okay. But what we can do? But we can transform energy from one form to another. One form to another. Okay. So this is the first law of thermodynamic statement. Okay. Energy is conserved. Okay. But the way of energy, the forms of energy are different. But what are different? Forms of energy are different. Okay. So there are two types of energy transference takes place from the system and surroundings. How many top forms? Forms of energy. Okay. Forms of energy transference. Okay. Transference between what? System and surrounding. Between system and surrounding. Okay. Between system and surroundings. In this chapter, two types, but as a total, there will be three types of energy can be exchanged between system and surrounding. In this chapter, only two types, but as a total, there are three types. Okay. First transfer of energy will be in the form of the heat. Okay, heat can be transferred by the surroundings to system and systems to surroundings. Okay, then about the work energy can be lost by the system or gained by the system. And the third part is electrical energy. Okay, so in some books, in some places, it is mentioned electrical work only. Okay, so but it is better to study separately for more clarity. Okay, don't concentrate on the number of, concentrate on the concept and easy understanding. Okay, so forms of energy transference between system and surroundings are basically how many types? Three types are there. How many types? Three types. Okay, heat, work, and electrical. These are the three types of exchange can takes place between the surrounding and system. Okay, that we are going to study separately electrically. For the time being, we are going to study under what condition these type of transference can takes place between the system and surrounding. Okay, between the system and surrounding. Okay, now suppose for easy example, I am taking a cylinder. Okay, fitted with frictionless piston. Fitted with frictionless piston. Okay, so this is the change in place. Let us take. This is the change in place. Okay, now this is the pressure in system and this is the pressure of surrounding. Okay, P surrounding. Now this is the T system and this is the T surrounding. Okay, so now energy can transfer between the system and surroundings under two different conditions. Under how many conditions? Two different conditions. This is the pressure surrounding, this is the pressure system, this is the temperature system, this is the temperature surrounding. Okay, so exchange of energy. What we are talking about? Exchange. Okay, exchange of energy. Okay, energy. Here we are going to talk about the two types only. The third type we will separately discuss. Okay, can be in the form of the work, can be in the form of the heat. Okay, between the system and surroundings, energy transference can be in how many ways? Two different ways. Okay, so what are those two different ways? Now, these are the two types of exchange of energy. Okay, exchange of energy can be in the form of the work, in the form of the heat. Okay, so but the conditions of work and conditions of heat, when the heat energy will be transferred, when the work energy will be transferred, that will be different. Okay, so work energy will be transferred when pressure of system. Okay, pressure of system is not equal to pressure of surroundings. Okay, the energy will be transferred between the system and surrounding, between the system and surrounding, when there is a change in the pressure of the system and surrounding. Okay, the work energy transferred will be in the form of the heat when temperature of the system not equal to temperature of surrounding, when temperature of system not equal to temperature of surrounding. In that condition, heat energy will be transferred. When pressure is not equal, then work energy will be transferred. Okay, so again there are going to be two parts. Okay, there are going to be two parts. What is that? P system, P system greater than P surrounding. Okay, P surrounding. Other condition can be P system less than P surrounding. Okay, P system less than P surrounding. Second condition is that P system is less than P surroundings. First condition is P system greater than P surroundings. Okay. Okay, so the energy when the transference will be taking place in the form of the heat, again similar condition. Okay, in the similar condition, T system is not equal to T surrounding. Again, how many conditions will exist? Two conditions. T system greater than T surrounding, greater than T surrounding. Another condition is T system less than T surroundings. Okay, these are the two conditions. So total how many conditions we are going to study? We are going to study about the four conditions of heat of transference between the system and surrounding, between the system and surrounding. Okay, so now I will shift it to the diagram. Through the diagram I will explain now. Okay, through the diagram I will explain. I will make it wide so that you should be able to understand in a clear way. Okay, so four conditions I told you, each and every condition will be clearly explained through the diagram. Okay. Okay, now we are going to talk about the how many conditions? Four conditions. Okay. First, let us take about the P system is greater than P surrounding. First condition is P system greater than P surrounding. Okay, P system greater than what? P surrounding. In that condition, expansion will take place. What will take place? Expansion. Okay, what will take place? Expansion. Okay, first condition is expansion. Okay, so during the expansion, work will be transferred from the system. Work done by the system. Okay, work done by system. This is most important. On surrounding, this part who is doing, on what it is doing, that is the main part of the topic. Okay, so when it will takes place, when P system is greater than P surrounding. When P system is greater than P surrounding, expansion will takes place. So during expansion, always work done by the system on surrounding. Work done by the system on surroundings. Okay, so second condition of the this side, P system less than P surrounding. Okay, so surrounding pressure is more. That time here, instead of expansion, what it is going to take place? Compression. It is going to take place compression. During compression, work done by system. Work done by system on surrounding. Okay, work done by the system on the surrounding. Here work done by the system on the surrounding. Okay, so what is that convention? I will tell you separately. Okay, two conditions of pressure, I think it is clearly understood. Now we will come back to the third condition, which is belonging to the temperature. Okay, here it is very easy in comparison to this. Here it is very easy. Okay, so third condition is when T system greater than T surrounding. Okay, so system temperature is more than heat lost. Heat lost by system to surroundings. Heat lost by the system to the surroundings. Okay, now here fourth condition is T system less than T surrounding. Okay, so again it will be simple. Heat gained. Okay, heat gained by system. Heat gained by system on the surrounding. Okay, here both are work done by system. Here compression work done by surrounding. Okay, here work done by surrounding on system. Okay, so this was a mistake. Okay, here when P system less than P surrounding, compression takes place. Work done by the surrounding on the system. Okay, compression means work done by the system on surroundings. Okay, sorry, by the surrounding on the system. Here system greater than surrounding means work done by the system on surrounding. Is it understood? Okay, this was just written in opposite way. So keep a note of it. Again, I'm clearly explaining, when surrounding pressure is there more, then compression will be taking place. During compression, work done by surrounding on the system. Okay. During expansion, expansion means system pressure is more, surrounding pressure is less. That time expansion will take place. Expansion means work done by the system on surrounding. Is this clear now? Now coming to this side. T system greater than T surroundings. T system greater than T surrounding. Temperature of system is greater. Okay. So when temperature of system is greater, heat lost by the system to the surrounding. Okay. Then T system greater than surroundings. Sorry, less than surroundings. Surrounding temperature is more. So heat comes into the system. That is heat gained by the system from the surroundings. Is it understood? So these are the two different ways of exchange of energy. Exchange of energy are taking place in how many ways? Two different ways, in the form of the work and in the form of what? Heat. Okay. So but conditions must be different. Different conditions, different ways it will adopt. If both are different, then both can also takes place. If both are not different, then already they will be in equilibrium. Okay, they will be in equilibrium. If temperature also same system and surrounding, pressure also same system and surrounding, then they both are in equilibrium with each other. Mechanical equilibrium because of this, thermal equilibrium because of this. Okay. If both are different, that means expansion also can takes place or compression also takes place. At the same time, heat lost and gained by the system also takes place. It is not necessary that only one of them will takes place. Okay. It is not necessary that only one will takes place. Understood? Both can takes place, both cannot takes place, only one can takes place. All the conditions are possible. Okay. But for work condition, pressure must be different. For temperature condition, for heat condition, temperature must be different. When both are different, both are possible. When both are same, neither of them is possible. Is it understood? Now, by using this concept, what we are going to study? First law of thermodynamics. What we are going to study? First law of thermodynamics, mathematical form. Okay. So before that, there is one more definition we need to study. That is internal energy. Okay. Internal energy. The energy of a system by virtue of it. The energy of a system by virtue of it is called as internal energy. Okay, that means when a system is made, already it is fixed with some amount of energy, predetermined energy. Okay, so that energy is called as internal energy. In some books, it is denoted with E. In some books, it is denoted with U. Okay, but the reason behind the internal energy are plenty. Reason behind internal energy are plenty. That's why we cannot find out absolute value of E or absolute value of U. Okay, absolute value, actual value we can never and ever determine. Okay, so absolute value we cannot determine. Understood? Because internal energy itself is electrical energy, nuclear energy, translational energy, kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy, vibrational energy, like that many type of energy are combined together to find out this absolute value. So it is not possible to find out absolute value. If you are determining this one, there can be change in this one, there can be change in this one, there can be change in this one. So it is not possible for us to find out the absolute value of internal energy. Okay, with accuracy we can find out, but there may be lot of errors. Understood? Accurate value we cannot find out. Then what we will do? We will find out delta U. Okay, so delta U will be final minus initial. Final minus initial. Okay, so again this cannot be determined, this cannot be determined. How you can determine this? Formula is this one, but we don't know these two values. If you don't know the right side values, how can you determine left side value? Actually it is done in the whatever the heat lost or gained by a system during fixed volume. Okay, V constant. If you keep the volume constant whatever the heat energy lost or gained by a system, that will be completely used up in the form of the changing internal energy. Okay, heat lost or gained by a system, heat lost or gained by a system when a process is carried out at constant volume is called as internal energy change. Understood? Now we will derive the internal first law of thermodynamics mathematical form. Okay, so mathematical form of first law of thermodynamics, as I told you, every system when it is initially originated is consisting of some energy, that is ui. Okay, now we are giving some heat energy to it. Okay, then if heat energy q given to system, okay, given to system, then ui was the initial heat energy given to system. Okay, given to system, then total energy will be ui plus q. Okay, then work done on the system, work of w done on system. Keep on understanding this. On the system, on the system means plus, by the system will be minus ui plus q plus w. Okay, so this is the final energy, this is the final internal energy. Okay, as I told you, it is better to find out what delta u. Okay, now delta u is equal to u final minus u initial. Okay, so if you subtract these two, ui will get cancelled, then finally what you will get, delta u is equal to q plus w. What you will get, q plus w. This is the mathematical form of the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so before understanding this equation, you have to have so many basic concepts in your mind, then only you will be able to understand the internal meaning of first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so according to first law of thermodynamics, internal energy can be changed, internal energy of a system can be changed in how many ways? By two ways, by heat energy and by work energy. Is it understood? So there is no much complication in the heat energy, but complications are there in the work energy. Complications are there in the work energy. Okay, so q and w. Okay, when it will be positive, when it will be negative, that I will tell you. Okay, q will be negative. Okay, when lost by system, that means exothermic process. Okay, q will be positive when gained by system. Okay, that is endothermic process. If a process is endothermic, okay, here sign what you have to put, sign you what you have to put. Okay, and work done will be negative. Okay, work done will be negative when work done by system on surroundings, by system on surroundings, that will be negative. So by the system means it will be expansion. What it is going to be, it is going to be expansion. Okay, now second thing is it will be positive, it is going to be positive when work done on system, on system by surroundings, on system by surroundings. Okay, so this is going to be compression, this is going to be compression. The sign convention is very much important during the numericals. Okay, so this is the first law of thermodynamics mathematical formula, and this is the table. Before substituting, you should make sure that. Is it understood? Any doubt about this? Okay, we will do some numericals through the assignment. Okay, bye.